Today I'll be covering the most controversial US Army camo ever, UCP or Universal Camouflage Pattern. More specifically, I will be showing the ACU top or the Army Combat Uniform top that's printed in the UCP camouflage. I will tell you its features and give you some light history regarding it. So, let's get into it! The top is made of a 65, 25, 10 rayon para-aramid ripstop nylon mix, which is more of a mouthful than the 50-50 nyco ripstop blend the DCU had, which the ACU replaced. The ACU top is much lighter in material compared to the OG DCU or Desert Combat Uniform top. Since the ACU has a para-aramid mix, it is flame resistant, or at least that's what the tag says. Another tag also says that this was treated with perimeter insect guard. The top is closed with Velcro and a YKK zipper closure that has a neat camo pull. This is a big contrast compared to the previous button closure on the DCU. The top also features two slanted breast pockets that can't fit a whole lot but serve the purpose of a pocket. I was able to just barely fit a boonie hat in this pocket, but the PT belt fits just right. Coincidence? I think not. For the lackluster chest pockets, they at least gave you some decent shoulder pockets, which can fit two Dr. Squatch bricks, no problem. The shoulder pockets also feature an infrared tab that can be covered. The infrared tab helps aircraft assets with identifying friend versus foe. There are reports, however, of Infidel taking these tabs off fallen soldiers and using them to their advantage. This was because aircraft weren't allowed to fire on anyone with an IR tab, or at least that's how the story goes. I think it is relevant enough to mention that the shoulder pockets may have been added because some soldiers did what was known as a raid mod, where they took the lower torso pockets off the DCU or BDU uniform tops and then sewed them onto their shoulder for high speedness, I guess. Backtracking to the chest, on the left side there's a strip of hook and loop that allows you to attach name tape. Likewise, on the right side, there's a strip to attach whatever branch you were in. Yes, other branches rarely use the camo. For example, a Navy corpsman that was attached to an Army unit would use the UCP camo just like everyone else. The chest also features a square for attaching rank, as well as a square on the Mandarin collar for a similar purpose. As a side note, the Mandarin collar is weird to me because it was added. But most troops seem to prefer the old DCU way of blousing the collar. The Mandarin collar also does look a bit goofy, a tactical turtleneck if you will. The Velcro everything is a big difference from the DCU because previously you had to sew your name tape, unit, rank, and etc. on. Many service members dislike this feature because once you get the closures dirty, the stuff would simply stop working. Not to mention accidentally losing your unit patch because you walked too close to a battle buddy or branch. Moving on to the sleeves, they feature the aforementioned shoulder pockets, but they have something new. Something that's never been seen before on a US Army issue top. They have elbow pad inserts. Before, the elbows were just doubled up in fabric like the DCU. Now soldiers can prone down more comfortably without having rocks banging at their elbows, at least in theory. Above the wrist, there is a pen placard for storing pens and such. Previously on the DCU, a pen pocket was located behind the left breast pocket. Towards the wrist, there is a Velcro tightening system that allows the wearer to conform the end of the sleeve to the end of the wrist. This is different from the button system seen on the Desert Combat Uniform top. You may have noticed that I have my sleeves rolled up in what is called a Delta roll or SF roll. This type of roll was not just used by Special Forces. It was pretty widespread in the GWAT, used by all branches. Was it up to code? Not exactly. It was actually just approved by the Army in 2019, as well as rolling up your sleeves as a whole. I do believe that the Army was able to roll up their sleeves before, but I guess the ACU extravaganza messed that up too. Anyways, to do the super high speed Delta roll, put the Velcro wrist strap thing on the least tight setting and roll as you would of any other military garment, or just about the same width of the Velcro closure thingy, or 3 inches wide. Do that twice and bam, it's that simple and now you are a super high speed operator. To do the new camo out roll, turn the sleeve inside out and roll as you would normally, leaving the camo sleeve end available. Then the last roll, cover the roll with the camo end. There you go. This is a rough example, but you probably get the point. Also on the back, it is pleated for more mobility, which helps you do super high speed cool guy shit. As for durability, the general consensus from troops who used it was that it was less durable than the previously issued DCU, and required higher maintenance. For my purposes of playing airsoft, it works. Now for some light history. Alright, so basically the Army was like, Desert Combat Uniform works great, so let's replace it. They do some testing, Desert Brush wins, then UCP shows up and becomes the winner for literally no reason. Small controversy that is just another copy of the Canadian Catpat, it doesn't blend into anything whatsoever. Lawsuit happens because people are dying due to a fashion contest. Scorpion comes back after being the running up against Desert Brush back in 2004. Scorpion Multicam, or whatever the hell it's called these days, saves the day, and UCP is phased out by September 30th, 2019. Yippee! Where is UCP now? UCP was, for whatever reason, copied by some people in the Middle East and is still somewhat used on a military scale. UCP is now coming back to fame through airsoft as it is cheap and plentiful. It has begun to have a cult following as UCP is a time capsule of GWAT for some and is what us Zoomers call a vibe. I have to say that I am unfortunately a UCP enjoyer. UCP makes me think of what I thought the Army was growing up. I didn't think of green Army men, I thought of bright gray Army men. I wonder what kids these days think of Army men. Are they tan now? Who knows? Well, that's all I have for you wonderful people today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see ya. But before that, let me tell you, if you want more history, go check out Uniform History's video on it. And if you want an ACU shirt for some reason, check out Army Navy Outdoors, American owned and operated. Now, thank you for watching, and bye!